Good afternoon, and welcome to the May 16th edition of Success by Association Live. This issue is sponsored by Greenville-Pitt County Convention and Visitors Bureau and by the Great Wolf Lodge. We thank them for being valued ANC members and for their steadfast support. Today's article was written by Alan Hoffler, Executive Director of Millswick Communications, and is reprinted with permission. The article is titled, Event Planners, What Event Speakers Need to Know to Be a Success. It's a regular call I take. A client wants to chat about my upcoming program at their event. Everyone has the same message, it seems. We're different. We have unique challenges when it comes to communications. While I don't discount that there are differences that matter, the core message I am hired to deliver will play in most every organization, city, and demographic I can imagine. I've seen this play out enough that my confidence is high, and I'm sure we can pull this off. But if I rest on that last sentence, failure is lurking. Remember that small print on all your financial statements? Past successes is not an indicator of future returns. Just because others have received my program well does not mean that this client will approve. I've learned, and please don't ask how I've learned, to ask a few important questions of the event planner that could save the program from disaster. Here are some of the questions on my checklist, regardless of how sure I am in my message. If your speaker does not ask these questions, then, as the planner, take on the responsibility to provide them with the questions and answers anyway. You both will be glad you did. Question 1. Who is in the audience? This is the most important detail to understand. How many will there be? What are their expectations? What is their big pain? What is their motivation for being in the room? Are they interactive? Is some issue likely to make them upset, grumpy? What will they be wearing? Understanding your audience should be the driving force behind everything a speaker says and does. The more you know about the audience, the better your talk will be. If a prospective speaker fails to ask any of these questions, rest assured you are getting a canned presentation with no inherent connection beyond human interest. Question 2. What's your definition of success? This is my favorite question to ask. I want the person signing the check to state exactly what they see as a program worth their money. If they can articulate what success looks like, then I know that they trust me. But there is also way too much leeway in our assignment. I will help them find the problems I can help them solve. I don't want to be just a speaker. I want to be a trusted advisor, making them better with communication, and more. If success isn't discussed, then it's unlikely there will be met objectives. Question 3. What is the room layout? While I would argue and teach that a speaker should be able to adapt to any situation, there are some layouts that are better than others. If there's a meal involved, the room will frequently be set with round tables, and there can be lots of distractions, which is a whole different set of problems from rows of seats in a ballroom. I frequently ask the event planner to take 2 pictures and send them to me. One from where they think I'll be standing, and one from the back row of the audience facing back toward the front. Those 2 photos can tell me all I need to know about what will and won't work with regards to movement, audience participation, and distractions. Question 4. What's the audio setup? Bad sound can scuttle a presentation in no time. Is there a mic? Is it a lapel, handheld, or over the ear? Is there someone on call who can help when, not if, the audio begins to go bad? Side note, regardless of what you're told, speakers need to bring their own mic, spare batteries, and remotes. Don't risk someone else's incompetence to mess up your talk. It is even better if the speaker can communicate directly with the person in charge of AV well before the event. Question 5. What is the visual setup? For any sort of speaking engagement, I am always prepared to do without visuals. But if there are options and the situation calls for it, I find myself using them more often. Small groups are great for flip charts. If a projector is involved, do ask, is the projector mounted or on a table with a beam I'll have to walk through? Is the aspect ratio 16:9 or 4:3? What is the normal style of presentation the audience is used to seeing? Hint, search the web for past presentations and you can get an idea. And how much time do we have? This seems obvious, as they'll almost always tell you when they first contact you. But this is a deeper question. First, what is the absolute drop-dead time that people will want me off the stage? I don't accept, oh, they'll love you, take whatever time you need. No, people do not ever want the speaker to run over. So you must finish on time, which means you must know what the end time really is. Have a mechanism for shortening your talk when, not if, the speaker in front of you runs over time. Bring a clock or iPad to display the time so you will always know. Question 6. Where am I in the program? Who is before me? Who is after me? What does the transition look like? Who will introduce me? Have a bio sheet ready for them and get to know them so they have something personal to add. Is it being videotaped? Okay, I admit this is a selfish question, but there is a business angle as well. I don't want the client to broadcast my speech to places I cannot control. I usually restrict video use to inside the organization that hired me and only for a limited amount of time. But I also ask for a copy of the video. The first reason is that I want to evaluate my performance, and video is the only way to do that. But I also may want to use clips from the talk to pass on to other prospective clients. The best way to prove you can speak is to show yourself speaking. And the day of the program, shortly before walking on stage, I ask, what's the end time? And who am I handing the program back to when I'm finished? Mess those up and you'll be remembered for all the wrong reasons. Well, I'm done. Who's going to take it from here is certainly a horrible way to close. This is not a comprehensive list, to be sure, but it's a great start to assure that you will not embarrass yourself as a guest speaker. And please note, this list says nothing about the legal issues of travel, payments, and contract. For speakers, this is about you being the best you can be on stage and having a message that resonates in every audience member's mind. For planners, it is about ensuring the success of your program. That concludes the article. We hope you have a great day.